Hi guys, I'm Clinton from Godshand Studios, and in this tutorial we'll be discussing panels in Adobe Premiere Pro. We won't cover every panel, but we'll focus on the ones I use most often, which you will likely use frequently too. This is a brief overview to help you get familiar with them. In Adobe Premiere Pro, a panel is a section of the workspace that serves a specific function, such as displaying media files, editing video sequences, or previewing the project. We'll start with the three most important panels in Adobe Premiere Pro: the project panel, the timeline panel, and the program panel. We've already discussed the project panel in details in a previous chapter, and I will drop the link in the description for you to learn more. The project panel is where you import and organize your assets, such as video clips, images, and other files for editing. The timeline is where you assemble and edit your videos with the help of a sequence. We discussed how to create a sequence in previous episode of this series. The program panel displays what you are currently editing in your timeline. These are the three main panels in Adobe Premiere Pro, and every other panel directly or indirectly depends on this panel. The next panel that we are going to be looking at is the effect panel. An effect is basically a tool or preset that you add to your video or audio clip to alter its look or to change its sound. And the effect panel works directly with your timeline, and you cannot do anything in your timeline without a sequence. So let's go ahead and create a sequence. Let's create a quick sequence. Let's call this for effect. Okay, so we've succeeded in creating a sequence. Let me add a clip to it. Okay, alright, we are done. So whenever you want to add an effect to your clip, this is where you go to do them properly. For instance, let's say that I want to add or make this clip brighter. I could just go to my effects, then video effects, and look for color correction, brightness, and contrast, and make it brighter or darker depending on what I want. You can also do this maybe by going to a lumetri color, then increasing the exposure of your clip. Okay, and in case you cannot see your effect panel, let's say you can't see effect panel in your workspace, just hit Shift 7 and it will bring it out. Or you could just go to your Windows and go to effects. So you can see the shortcut here is Shift 7. And the next panel we'll be looking at is the effect control. The effect control gives you control over the effect you added to your clip. So just like the name implies, effect control controls the effect. For instance, let's say I want to add a camera blur effect to my video. I could just come here to blur and sharpen camera blur, then drag it and drop on my video. As you can see, the video is totally blurred out. So if I don't like the way it looks, or I want to change its appearance, the effect control is where I head over to do that. So for instance, this is the percentage of the blur. It can be at 100 where it's totally blurred out, or let's say even 972%. And again, if you can't see the effect control, just head over to Windows, effect control. The shortcut is Shift 5. The next panel we'll be looking at is the tools. The tools panel contains all the instruments you will use for editing the videos in your timeline. So if you want to cut, move, or rearrange clips in your timeline, or let's say you want to add text to a video, or you want to do any of these things to a clip, this panel provides the necessary tools you need to get that done. The next is the lumetri color panel. The lumetri color panel manages everything related to color. in your editing process. This is where you go for your color correction or color grading your clips, and it allows you to apply LUT files or lookup tables to your clip. And the next is the Lumetri scope. The Lumetri scopes panel gives you an accurate representation of the color and the brightness of your clip before and after color grading. We will discuss this in details in the upcoming episodes of this video series. Another important panel is the source panel, which is this panel here. Okay, so while the program panel shows you the way your clip looks like after editing them, the source clip will always show you the way your clip looks like before it is edited. For instance, let's say I've edited this clip by increasing the exposure, contrast, or let me exaggerate so you can see the clear difference. Let's say I increase the exposure some more, then reduce the blacks. Let's say this clip looks like this now after editing, or maybe I reduce the saturation as well. So this is the way the clip looks like after editing. If I want to see the way it looks like before the editing, I can quickly double click on this clip and it will open it up in the source panel. As you can see, there is a very big difference between the program and the source. This one looks less saturated, while this one has a subtle saturation to it. So the source panel shows you the original state of your clip before undergoing editing. And like we said, you can always see this by double clicking on the clip, either on the timeline or in the project. You can also do this by selecting the clip on your timeline and just hit F on your keyboard, and it will show you the original state of your clip. The last panel we'll be discussing today is the audio meter panel. So the audio meter panel basically shows you how loud or low the volume of your audio is. Notice that a blue rectangle will highlight any panel that I click on in Premiere Pro, showing the area that the panel covers in my workspace. A workspace is the total arrangement of the panels in Premiere Pro. So don't worry if your workspace looks different from mine. In our next tutorial, we'll discuss how to organize and save your own workspace. That's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next tutorial.